Hello, Mr. Van Kuijeren. I'm Manuel van Zeulen, and this is my presentation about Go Ask Alice. Go Ask Alice. I don't have the book with me myself, so I have a picture of it. And here you see it. I'll start us off with a short summary. Alice is a really nice girl. She has lots of friends, but in the beginning of the book, her boyfriend breaks up with her. So she's heartbroken that he broke up. But then the parents told her that they're moving, so she's like, oh nice, I can get a fresh start. So she moves. There she doesn't have a lot of friends. Nobody really sees her, she's boring, and she doesn't have a lot of friends. But then she meets this girl Beth, and Beth is a Jewish girl and really nice. They have fun together, they meet up, and it's really pleasant. But then later, Beth goes to a summer camp for Jewish kids. So Alice can't go because she's not Jewish. Alice decides to go to her grandparents, and there she meets an old classmate, Jill. Jill says, come to a party, it's fun. So she's like, no, alright, I'll go to a party. And she goes to the party. But there she gets drugged, and she's like, whoa, this is amazing. I love the way it feels. And she wants to start using more and more drugs. So she starts using marijuana and tranquilizers and all of the bad stuff. Then she meets the girl Chris at a shop where she works. And Chris introduces her to a few friends of Chris. And she falls in love with one boy, this amazing boy. She falls so much in love, she's able to do anything for him. She even deals drugs for him so he can get money. But then she realizes he's gay. So she's heartbroken again that the love of her life is gay. She turns him into the police because she's so heartbroken. But then she's scared that he will do something to her. So she says to Chris, we have to go right now, it's over. So they move to San Francisco. And there they meet, then they say like, we're never using drugs again, never touching it again, it's horrible. But then they meet a woman, and she says, did you ever hear about heroin? So they start using heroin. Alice gets raped when she tripped because of the heroin. And here and Chris are like, how could it happen again? It's so bad, but it's so addictive. Then they're like, we need to forget all about it, and they start a little shop in San Francisco and hope to get some money out of it. But while they're building up the shop, she's really homesick. She wants to go home to her parents. So they do go home. But she doesn't tell her parents anything about what happened, about the drugs, about the dealing. She doesn't tell her parents anything. But her parents find out. So they say like, this is really bad, why are you doing this? And because her parents are so mad and she feels so guilty, she gets stoned again. And she sneaks off to Denver, where she meets a group of teenagers that also are addicted to drugs. They are like, we have a lot of drugs, come with us, so she goes with them. It gets so bad actually that she doesn't care about anything else. She sleeps on the street, she sleeps in bushes. She only cares about getting the drugs and having the drugs. Then she gets home again, and she still gets bullied at school. And one of her old friends says to her parents that she's a drug dealer and a drug user. So her parents sent her to a mental hospital. In this mental hospital, she got a lot of time to think, and she couldn't use drugs anymore. So she realized how bad it was, and how bad the situation was where she got herself into. When she got out of the mental hospital, it goes really well with Alice. She's happy again, her grades go up, she goes to school, her parents help her, They move to New York. It's all very pleasant. But then 3 weeks later, she dies because of a drug overkill. We don't know how this overkill, was it on purpose, was it an accident? We don't know, but we do know it happened. So that's really sad. And that's the main story of Go Ask Alice. I'll go to the change of Alice. Alice goes through a lot of changes. At first she's this really dull person nobody really likes, but because she uses drugs, she meets other people that uses drugs, and they really like her. So she goes through this phase of, yeah, I don't like you, yeah, I like you. So she changes a lot. I'll go to the next page now. What hit me the most was the beginning of the story, because in the beginning she gets drugged by a drink, but a lot of people in my area say always like, don't do drugs. If you go to a club and you leave your drink on the counter, don't drink it anymore because it's probably drugged. But even though people say that a lot to me, I don't think that people are aware that it happens so often, even to Alice. So I think that's why it hit me the most, because people don't really know how quick it goes. Is it relevant in our time? I think it's very relevant in our time. Because it's, how do you say it? It's a lot of, I know few friends of mine who are addicted to smoking, and that's also really bad. I tell them, but they don't listen, and that's what I struggle with. But a lot of, you hear in the news, you hear like, oh, ecstasy is number one. Why people know the Netherlands, or the weed in Amsterdam. So I think it really fits in our time. Not in a good way, but it really fits. And then my opinion of will I recommend this book, and I think I will. It has all the good parts. It's really, you read it like a diary. You really go through a life. You see it from another perspective, because most of the time you see it from some professionals that think like, oh, it's bad, don't do it. But now you see like what also it does to you. So you see like she really likes what happens, but that's not what you hear on the news. That's why I would recommend this book to everyone, to my classmates. And that was the presentation. I hope you enjoyed, and good times. So.